feeling like this.
Yeah, we celebrate our freedom while we still fighting for our freedom. It's crazy. Yeah, I said what I said. They don't call it bondage anymore, they call it opportunity. A badge, a desk, a promise dressed in security. Gave us clocks instead of chains, deadlines instead of names. They said be grateful for the wage while they auction off your days. Steady scrolling past the bars cause they don't look like steel. But time to sell when you don't get to choose how you live. Freedom ain't the end, it's the question they don't want asked. Who owns your body, owns your time and profits off of your past. Freedom ain't the end, if the cost is your breath. If you're working to survive but haven't lived none yet. They don't need a whip when fear does all the work. They don't need a master if you're gon' police yourself first. Freedom ain't the end, if the cage in your head. If the dream is alone, your future's already spent. Freedom ain't the end, it's reclaiming your breath. It's writing your name on a future that they never meant. Freedom ain't the end. Freedom ain't the end. Freedom can't be the end. They built new plantations out of prisons and borders, out of detention centers, out of minimum orders. Support the poor and recruit the desperate to survival independence, and we just accept it. Ice at the door, debt in the bank, court fees, rent, and these interest rates. Ain't gotta be in the field no more to be harvested. Since they certified your birth, you've been targeted. They said we were free, but we never asked what that meant. Yeah, they opened up the door, but we still